My neighbor's brand new SUV broke down before it even hit 16,000 miles. Meanwhile, my old Lexus, with faded paint and a cracked leather seat, just hit 350,000 miles and still runs like the day I bought it. That's when it hit me. The cars we call outdated might actually be the smartest thing on the road. No overpriced software updates, no surprise battery failures, no nonsense. In this video, I'm taking you on a journey through 7 forgotten legends. Cars that were built to last, ignored by most, but still quietly putting today's luxury cars to shame. If you've ever felt that modern cars just aren't built like they used to be, you're about to see exactly why you were right. Before we get started, do me a favor. Let me know in the comments what car you're driving right now. Maybe it's a classic that's never let you down, or a modern ride you're starting to second guess. Because every car has a story, and yours could be the one that brings back memories, sparks a conversation, or helps someone avoid a costly mistake. So, let's kick things off with a car that looks like background noise in traffic, but under the hood, it's hiding one of the most unbelievable mileage records in automotive history: the Honda Accord. If there's one car that perfectly fits the idea of old-looking but impossible to kill, it's the Honda Accord. I used to ignore these things on the road. Too plain, too quiet, too ordinary. But I was wrong. Behind that simple exterior is one of the most reliable machines ever made. Just look at the numbers. A 1990 Honda Accord racked up over 1 million miles, all on the original engine and transmission. No rebuilds, just routine oil changes, 1 fuel pump, and 2 radiator swaps. And that's not even rare. In 2023, a 2003 Honda Accord hit the million-mile mark too. It's not just anecdotal either. According to iSeeCars, the Honda Accord ranks among the top 10 longest-lasting cars, with over 2.3% of Accords still on the road after 200,000 miles, far above the industry average. Consumer Reports consistently rates it as one of the most dependable midsize sedans year after year. Part of that comes down to the engines, the legendary F22 and K-series 4-cylinders. These things are so overbuilt, it's almost funny. No turbochargers, no fragile electronics, just solid cast iron blocks that can handle abuse and keep going. What really seals the deal is that you can still find a clean used Accord from the early 2000s for under $5,000. Low purchase price, cheap insurance, easy maintenance, and a good chance it'll outlive that $35,000 crossover sitting at the dealership. It might not turn heads, but the Accord proves you don't need to look flashy to be legendary. Sometimes the smartest buy is the one hiding in plain sight. It's hard to believe a car so plain could be so unstoppable, but trust me, we're just getting started. The next car model is even more forgettable, and somehow even tougher: the Toyota Camry. Say what you will about the Toyota Camry. Yeah, it's not exciting. No one ever bought one to show off, but if you're after a car that literally lasts forever, this thing is a quiet monster. Underneath its plain design lies one of the most dependable powertrains ever built. Whether it's the 2.2-liter 5 SFE inline-4 or the buttery-smooth 3.0-liter 1 MZFE V6, these engines are known in the car world for one thing: they don't quit. Don't just take my word for it. Real owners have proven it. A woman in Michigan drove her 1995 Camry to over 550,000 miles without any major engine work, and stories like hers are everywhere. You'll see Camrys from the late 90s and early 2000s still cruising highways with 250,000 plus miles on the clock like it's nothing. According to iSeeCars, the Toyota Camry ranks as one of the top 5 longest-lasting sedans, with over 1.9% of all Camrys reaching more than 200,000 miles. That may not sound huge, but in the world of sedans, that's elite company. Plus, Consumer Reports consistently gives the Camry top marks in reliability, especially the 2000 to 2006 model years, which are considered some of the most bulletproof vehicles ever made. Even J.D. Power has praised Camry's long-term dependability, noting that older models have fewer engine-related complaints than many newer, more expensive vehicles. And here's the kicker: Camrys are cheap to insure, easy to repair, and incredibly affordable to buy used. That makes them a sweet spot for extended warranties, or even better, you might not need one at all. Now, if you thought the Camry was impressive for its quiet durability, wait until you hear about a vehicle that was built like a truck but disguised as a family hauler. The Chevrolet Suburban, from 1992 until 1999. At a glance, the 7th-generation Chevrolet Suburban looks like something out of an old VHS tape. Boxy, oversized, and unapologetically 90s. But beneath that retro styling is one of the most durable family vehicles ever built. Between 1992 and 1999, GM produced the Suburban with engine options like the 5.7-liter V8 small block and the 7.4-liter big block V8 in heavy-duty 2500 series models. These engines were famous for their simplicity and long-term reliability. No turbochargers, no fragile electronics, just proven, low-stress V8 power. But what really sets it apart? According to IC Cars, the Chevrolet Suburban is the #1 longest-lasting SUV in America, with 5.2% of them still on the road after 200,000 miles, a number few vehicles can touch. And many go far beyond that. It's not unusual to see 90s Suburbans pushing 300,000 or even 400,000 miles with just basic maintenance. Owners love them because parts are still cheap, repairs are straightforward, and the truck-based platform means it can take a beating. The drivetrain was shared with GM's full-size pickups, so finding replacement parts, even decades later, is a breeze. What it lacks in tech, it makes up for in toughness. No complex sensors, no expensive infotainment units, no unexpected EV software updates, just a big, reliable SUV that keeps going year after year and mile after mile. That's what happens when old-school American engineering meets overkill. But what happens when a luxury car company decides to outlast everyone else without making a sound? The Lexus LS400. What happens when Toyota decides to take on the world's top luxury brands? You get the Lexus LS400, a car that doesn't just look old, it was engineered to last forever. Unveiled in 1989, the LS400 was Toyota's clean-sheet answer to Mercedes-Benz, and it wasn't cheap. Development costs reportedly exceeded $1 billion, with over 1,400 engineers and 60 designers involved. The result? A car that redefined what luxury durability looked like. At its heart was the now legendary UZFE 4.0-liter V8, built from aluminum and designed to last 500,000 plus miles without a rebuild. It was paired with an equally robust 4-speed automatic transmission that shifted smoother than most German rivals, and held up even longer. In fact, real-world stories of LS400s crossing 500,000 to 1 million miles aren't uncommon. With basic maintenance, oil changes, timing belts, and cooling system checks, these cars just keep going. But this isn't just owner talk. Consumer Reports named the LS400 one of the most reliable luxury cars of the 90s, and J.D. Power consistently gave it top ratings for long-term dependability. Even 30 years later, LS400s still hold near-perfect scores on reliability forums and mechanic reviews. And the best part? You can still find clean LS400s for under $8,000, making them one of the best-kept secrets in affordable luxury ownership, without the resale traps or repair nightmares of modern European sedans. In a world obsessed with touchscreen tech and turbochargers, sometimes the most dependable cars are the ones that whisper instead of shout. But some luxury isn't just quiet, it's forgotten entirely. The Acura Legend, year 1986 until 1995. It might look like just another forgotten sedan from the early 90s, but the Acura Legend has quietly earned a reputation as one of the most reliable luxury cars of its time, and one of the few that still holds up today. Built during Acura's golden era, the Legend was Honda's first real step into premium territory. It came with either a 2.7-liter or 3.2-liter V6, and unlike most luxury cars of the era, these engines were non-interference, meaning even if the timing belt failed, the engine wouldn't destroy itself. That's a rare kind of forgiveness you don't see in modern designs. Owners routinely report these cars crossing 300,000 to 500,000 miles with original drivetrains, and it's not just internet lore. Forums are packed with legends still in daily service after 30-plus years. Maintenance is basic, parts are widely available, and mechanics love how easy they are to work on. Back in the day, Consumer Reports reports consistently rated the Legend as one of the most reliable luxury vehicles of the early 90s, with high scores in both mechanical durability and owner satisfaction. Meanwhile, J.D. Power ranked it near the top for initial quality and long-term dependability in its class. Despite all that, most people overlook it because it doesn't look the part anymore. There's no giant screen, no flashy badging, no modern curves. But under that understated body is a car that was engineered to last, not just impress. Insurance stays low, repair bills are manageable, and the ride is still smooth by today's standards. It's not flashy, but it's smart, and in a world full of overcomplicated, high-maintenance luxury, the Acura Legend lives up to its name. It's rare for a luxury car to age this well, but our next survivor proves that true engineering excellence doesn't fade with time. It only gets stronger. The Toyota Land Cruiser 100 series, year 1998 until 2007. The Toyota Land Cruiser 100 series doesn't pretend to be modern. It's big, it's boxy, and from a distance, it could be mistaken for a government truck from the late 90s. But behind that rugged exterior lies one of the most indestructible vehicles ever made. Launched in 1998, this generation of Land Cruiser came equipped with Toyota's legendary 2 UZFE 4.7-liter V8. An engine built with a cast-iron block, aluminum heads, and virtually no weak points. It was paired with a full-time four-wheel drive system, solid axles, and a heavy-duty body-on-frame design. This wasn't just an SUV. It was Toyota's answer to global durability, and the numbers prove it. According to iSeeCars, the Land Cruiser ranks among the top 3 longest-lasting vehicles in the US, with a stunning 18.2% of all units reaching over 200,000 miles. A figure that dwarfs most modern SUVs. In the real world, many 100 series Land Cruisers regularly reach 400,000 to 500,000 miles, especially when basic maintenance is kept up. What makes this SUV different from newer models is its simplicity. No fragile twin-turbo setups, no software-dependent drivetrains, no overly complicated infotainment systems, just mechanical reliability that feels nearly agricultural in the best way. Consumer Reports gave the 100 series consistently high reliability ratings throughout its production run, especially in categories like engine performance, suspension durability, and powertrain integrity. And on J.D. Power's long-term dependability index, Toyota's SUV lineup ranked near the top, led largely by the Land Cruiser platform. Owners love it because it simply works, year after year, trip after trip. In fact, the only downside today might be its price. Even with 250,000 plus miles, clean Land Cruiser hundreds still sell for over $20,000 because the people who know these vehicles never let them go. It's one thing to survive the harshest terrain on the planet, but what about the daily grind of carpools, grocery runs, and road trips? Our last vehicle wasn't built for adventure, but somehow it's become one of the longest-lasting machines on the road. The Honda Odyssey, year 1999 until 2004. Minivans aren't exactly known for excitement, and the early 2000s Honda Odyssey certainly doesn't win any beauty contests. But if you're talking about vehicles that look dated and still refuse to die, this one earns its spot on the list. Released in 1999, the second-generation Odyssey came equipped with Honda's J35 3.5-liter V6, a naturally aspirated engine known for its balance of power and longevity. It was built on a reinforced platform with seating for 7 dual sliding doors and enough cargo space to rival some full-size SUVs. But what really matters here is how long these things last. According to iSeeCars, the Honda Odyssey is one of the top 10 longest-lasting vehicles in the US, with 2.6% of Odysseys surpassing 200,000 miles, and thousands of examples reaching 300,000 plus miles with consistent maintenance. Even Consumer Reports gave the 1999 to 2004 Odyssey high marks for reliability, especially in areas like engine performance and electrical systems. And while some models had transmission concerns, the well-maintained ones are often praised by mechanics for being serviceable and cost-effective to repair. Today, many of these vans are still running strong in rural towns and suburban neighborhoods across America, and because they're not in high demand, you can often find them for a few $1,000s $1,000, making them one of the best long-lasting values on the used market. These cars may look old, but they're built to outlast everything else on the road. No gimmicks, just pure reliability. Let me know in the comments what you're driving. It might just deserve a spot on the next list. Before you go, if you're serious about keeping your car running as long as the ones we just talked about, here are 5 essential maintenance tips most drivers completely overlook, and getting even one of them wrong could cost you thousands down the road. 1. You're changing your oil, but using the wrong type. Most drivers know to change their oil, but few realize how much the wrong oil type or viscosity can shorten engine life. Modern engines are built with tight tolerances. If your car calls for 5W20 synthetic, using 10W30 conventional just because it's cheaper can reduce efficiency, increase wear, and damage timing components, especially in cold starts. Even worse, some shops still use bulk oil with unclear specifications. Pro tip: always follow your owner's manual. Use full synthetic for longer intervals, especially in older engines, and never assume thicker oil is better for high mileage, unless you're burning oil, and even then, consult a trusted mechanic first. 2. Tire rotation. Matters more than you think. You probably check your tire pressure once in a while, but when's the last time you rotated your tires? Skipping tire rotation every 5,000 to 7,500 miles causes uneven wear, reduces fuel economy, and puts extra strain on your suspension, steering, and AWD system, especially in cars with CVTs or electronic stability control. Worse, uneven wear on just one tire can lead to alignment issues, higher insurance claim risk in the event of a blowout, and even voided warranties on some AWD models. Pro tip: mark your tires with chalk or a label to track rotation patterns. Stick to a front-to-rear cross pattern if your car is FWD, and follow the OEM pattern for AWD systems. 3. You're ignoring brake fluid until it's too late. Most drivers change oil and maybe transmission fluid, but completely ignore brake fluid for years. That's a huge mistake. Brake fluid is hygroscopic, meaning it absorbs moisture from the air over time. After 2 to 3 years, that moisture causes internal rust in your brake lines, calipers, and master cylinder, leading to spongy brakes, expensive failures, and even ABS system damage that can cost thousands to replace. Pro tip: flush your brake fluid every 2 to 3 years, or every 30,000 miles. It's cheap, improves stopping power, and protects one of your car's most critical safety systems. 4. You trust the coolant light, but your cooling system fails silently. Many drivers wait for the temperature light or coolant warning to flash before taking action, but by that time, it's often too late. What they don't realize is that cooling systems deteriorate slowly and silently. Radiator caps lose pressure, hoses develop micro-leaks, and coolant pH levels change over time, making them more corrosive to metal parts. Even one minor overheating event can warp your head gasket or damage your transmission if the fluid lines run through the radiator. Pro tip: change your coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles and pressure test the system during major services. Don't forget to check the thermostat, radiator cap, and heater core hoses, the weak links most shops overlook. 5. You're letting rust eat your undercarriage alive. This one's critical for anyone living in the snowbelt, coastal areas, or wet climates. Even if your engine is perfect, rusted brake lines, fuel lines, and suspension mounts can total a car, literally. The kicker? Most undercarriage rust can be prevented. Drivers assume the occasional car wash is enough, but road salt and coastal moisture settle in hard-to-reach crevices, wheel wells, subframes, inside pinch welds, and eat the vehicle from the bottom up. Pro tip: get an undercarriage wash at least twice per winter and inspect your frame annually. For older vehicles, apply a rubberized undercoating or fluid film